Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Mary and I'm an illustrator and graphic designer from Canada. If you like dinosaurs, natural history, drawings, painting, gouache, watercolor, please subscribe to my channel. It means a lot to me, and we'll get right into this brand new finished up aqua journal sketchbook. This is by Pentalic. I really like these sketchbooks, especially for gouache and watercolor painting. So the first one here, just a really quick narwhal sketch, and I used some newer tubes of watercolor that I had bought. I think the Mayan Blue Genuine, and a couple others. And I was just practicing some techniques here, practicing edge control, getting some sort of softer edges, harder edges, getting them to blend together. I find that some pigments that I own don't blend as well with others. The Winsor & Newton sepia that I have doesn't really flow a lot, but it's still a really pretty color. Just some little goblin sketches here. I started this sketchbook around the same time I finished a big mural that I did with goblins in it, so I was sort of in the goblin mood. There's a video of this sheep skull painting on my channel, and I think it turned out really well. I like these very dark, warm tones that I used for the background. And here I was just testing out some media. I like to use my sketchbook kind of for whatever, so some of the pages are more interesting than others, but I was just testing out a couple types of brushes. I got a really cheap calligraphy brush here, and some bigger wash brushes on the other side. This raven painting I also have a video of on my channel, and I don't know if you can hear that singing. That was my washing machine. I just moved into a new house. We're still sort of unpacking, and it's been really great so far, but there's still quite a few boxes, and my studio doesn't look as neat as I want it to. But maybe when I get that all sorted out, I will share a little short studio video with you guys. This is an American robin, painted with handmade watercolors from Pfeiffer Art Supply. I only have 6 pans from Pfeiffer Art Supply, so it forces me to do a more limited palette, but I think this one turned out really nice too. This is a Euplocephalus from the Royal Trail Museum. It's a really nice mount. There's actually a gorgosaur that's coming over from the other side trying to eat it. It's a fun little section of the museum, and I actually work at that museum now, which has been really great. That's why we moved, and yeah, it's just been really nice, and I've still been able to make time for my sketchbook. Here are quick lime and lemon studies just with watercolor. I purposely made these really fast and really loose, so using a big brush and lots of water. Here's a smaller version. You can see that the lemon is basically done in one wash, and that's it. That was sort of the point of it, just a warm-up. Here is a tree swallow, also in a bit of a limited palette. This is just, I think, a Prussian blue and a black and a little bit of a green. And this study here of a buffalo head and a white-tailed jackrabbit skull, I did in another limited palette with a sort of a warm ochre underpainting. These are the studies I did for my movie study video, which is also up on my channel, of all 4 of the Indiana Jones films. These are done in gouache. I also picked up a tiny, like a kid's art supply watercolor brush marker from the brand Uli, and I was testing it out. It actually, when you're using water with it, it breaks up into a bunch of different pigments, a blue and a red, even though it's a gray marker. So it looks pretty cool. I'm not sure what to use it for exactly, but I really like it, and I like how it behaves. This is an asparagus fern that I bought. It lives at work now. It lives in my office. Just a couple quick sketches here. Little prop and some gems. And some tiny, tiny bird sketches, just from memory and just for fun. This page I did when I set up my primary color palette that has just 6 pans of watercolor in it. So this is all painted with that primary palette, and this is also painted with that primary palette too. So even though it looks like it's bright, you can actually do some really neutralized paintings with it. And I'm really happy with this little cow painting here. This is a Ceratosaurus, also from a video. It's really nice to just film stuff in my sketchbook. I find that it's a little less pressure. And then you have the nice paintings all combined somewhere afterwards. Also another video, this is the Redwood Willow swatch page that I did with the voiceover. And just a couple sketches over here, blending watercolor together, just making little rectangles. It's fun just to play sometimes and not really worry about what I'm making. This was testing out a couple of core watercolors, which are very sort of grainy and very natural pigments. It kind of has an interesting effect on this paper. It's almost like painting just straight with dirt, but I think the colors are really beautiful. And this here is a Psittacosaurus fossil, also from the Royal Trail Museum. And this one I painted with a mix of quinacridone rose and ultramarine blue. It might be quinacridone magenta, but anyway, the background for the actual fossil is this lime green. And of course the fossil itself is like a brown color, but I thought that the purple would go really nicely with the lime green. And I like the amount of variation that the two pigments give when you're mixing them together. I'm really happy with this page. And at the very end, I got some Posca paint markers in the mail and tried them out. I don't know what I'm going to use them for, but they're fun to use and they're super opaque, and I really like the colors that came with them. So it's always fun to get art supplies in the mail. And that's it. That's the entire sketchbook. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm working on a bigger moleskin sketchbook now, which probably will take me a little while to complete. But I'm gonna fill up that one and then we'll see what I get onto next. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!